Right, St. Louis, like say good morning, St. Louis. We're going to school, St. Louis. We're closer to 2022 as we came up with the way of distinguishing what months or what years or what, and we're closer. But it's much deeper than we've thought. Unfortunately, I believe that we built a false perception of reality based upon our illiteracy. And as a result of building that false perception of reality, we never reached the truth in which we're capable of reaching. We've established gods that are not gods, deities that are not deities. We've been following false religion, false doctrine. And the reason we've been following this false doctrine for so long, we as a human species have not evolved well enough to know that we are trying to find ourselves. In other words, we are trying to become whole. We're not whole, we're incomplete. But yet we think we are, and we think we need to seek after something to save us, but yet we must come to the understanding that we must save ourselves. We are unfortunately lost, and we've been following generations, the traditions of those generations. And as a result of following those generations, we've been dying. And the reason I can say this is because those that started off in the beginning are no longer here. And the reason they're no longer here is because they never knew the truth. If I start off as the first living species on the face of this earth, but yet I don't realize that I must go deeper, and I begin to teach my offsprings, my brothers and sisters, my children and grandchildren, they're only going to learn at the level in which I've learned, in which I didn't know the truth because I hadn't finished the course. So that tells me from the beginning of creation, we've been following those that appear to be intellectually astute, those that were able to establish educational centers, religion centers, those that were able to establish medicine, those that were able to come to the understanding of what physics, cosmology, and so many other subjects are, but yet they hadn't finished the course. How could you have finished the course and we're dying every day? We're dying. They came up with the laws of thermodynamics. Entropy shall increase, chaos and disorder, conservation of energy. In other words, if there is an enclosed system, you must die in the system because the system can only get more disruptive. The system can't reverse its course of the disruption. So therefore, you will literally perish in the disruption. We are unfortunately on borrowed time unless we seek to reach the level in which we're capable of reaching, which is the speed of light, 186,000 miles per second, 300,000 kilometers per hour. I'm going to give you an analogy so you can come to the realization of what I'm trying to get you to understand. Just imagine if someone shot a gun and the bullet left the chamber or the barrel of the gun traveling at about 2,600 feet per second, roughly 1,800 miles per hour. That clearly tells you that if that bullet can travel at that speed, 2,600 feet per second, 1,800 miles per hour, if you're not moving fast enough at the speed of thought, you're going to be subjected to being hit by that bullet if you're in the line of that bullet. What happens if we have the ability to reach 186,000 miles per second in thought, 300,000 kilometers per hour in thought? How can that bullet that left that chamber or that barrel hit the person that's moving at 186,000 miles per second, but the bullet is moving at 2,600 feet per second? That tells me that the person that's moving at that level of thought is going to be able to circle that bullet hundreds of times before the bullet even left the barrel after the trigger was pulled. All is thought, all is in your mind, all is pixels, ones and zeros, binary, superposition, on and off. We haven't reached a level of intelligence to understand this truth, this validity. We're dying because we're moving too slow. And as a result of moving too slow, the bullet or the undeveloped mind, due to his mental clarity, will probably hurt you, because it's not him that's causing the problem. It's his undeveloped mind, and he's using a projectile that was built because so many were in pain and they wanted to protect themselves from those that were against them. And as a result, we formulated countries. We formulated cities and states and laws because we were all trapped in a low vibrational state of mind. If we can reach that speed at 186,000 miles per second, 300,000 kilometers in thought, the Bible says my thoughts are not your thoughts, and my ways are higher than your ways. That clearly tells me that unfortunately we are definitely in trouble. And we're in trouble because we never knew the truth. And being that we never knew the truth, we're running around aimlessly looking for something to help us, but yet we fail to realize the true development of mind will take you out of the prison in which you dwell. In 2022, we're going to go to school. I'm not going to be playing these games any longer. We're not going to sit back and expect those that are in the pulpit to take us where we need to go because they are incapable. Darkness has creeped into the churches, and ever since you've known yourself, your light has been off because darkness has been controlling the place which you consider to be sacred. Many of you might not understand what I'm saying, but that's okay. Look around you. Look at mama and them, grandmama and them, all them names, everybody, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, have since left. And many of you think they're going to heaven to be with the Lord. I want you to understand that God is not who many perceive God to be. God is a perfect sound. God is that sound above every sound. And God is who we must manifest in this season, which is a perfect light. If we don't get to this level of understanding, all will remain the same as it was in the beginning. But I'm telling you all, 2022, it's on. We're not going to play games no more. Our kids are dying, and they've been dying long enough. It has no difference what color they are, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, on the battlefield. World War I, World War II, Civil War, Vietnam War, Korean War, Hiroshima, Nagasaki. We've been dying, and the reason we've died is because darkness has creeped into the church. And as a result, we're following something that we believe was there to help us, but yet darkness creeped into the church and been leading us astray, tossing us to and from too damn long. The time is not tomorrow. The time is today. Don't get in the way. I don't play the radio. Trust me, I'm smarter than you think. And more importantly, I love you, and I'm going to fight for you. Stay tuned. You ain't seen nothing yet. Time is not tomorrow. The time is today. Stay tuned. Trust me. Stay tuned. God bless. That's right. It's time, St. Louis. It's time.